Hello guys, good morning. You are welcome to my YouTube channel, the Explicit Tutorials. As you all know, my name is Dr. Joseph. Please, as you are watching this video, endeavor to subscribe, like, share, and comment. In today's video, we shall be discussing Phylum Nematoda. You don't say Phylum Nematode, no. Nematodes are the organisms found in this phylum. So the correct word is what? Nematoda. Please, if you know you have not watched the previous video on Phylum Coelenterata, Phylum Porifera, Phylum Platyhelminthes, and subphylum Protozoans, it is very, very important you watch those videos before watching this one. I believe this should be the chapter 5 of the course, chapter 5, is it 5 now or 6 of the course? So please take note of that. The first thing we have to do right now is, please, as you are watching this video, it is very important you subscribe so that when I upload a new content, you will be notified by YouTube. Now, let's look at the general features or the general characteristics of Phylum Nematoda. One, the Phylum Nematoda, the organisms that are found on nematodes, they are triploblastic. For an organism to be triploblastic, it means that such organism has 3 germ layers, and these are the ectoderm, that is the outer layer, the mesoderm, that is the middle layer, and the endoderm, being the inner layer. So these are the germ layers. For an organism to be triploblastic, it means that such organism has 3 layers. For an organism to be diploblastic, it means that such organism has 3 layers. To be much more specific, the Phylum Coelenterata, which are also called the Phylum Cnidaria, okay? Phylum Cnidaria, the organisms are also called Cnidarians. Now, these organisms, they are specifically diploblastic, all right, because they do not have a well-formed, a well-formed what? Mesoderm. They only have ectoderm and what? The endoderm. However, some members of the Cnidarians, they have the mesodermal tissue. So, to be much more specific, number one that distinguishes the platyhelminths from the coelenterids is that the platyhelminths are triploblastic, while the coelenterids are diploblastic. Take note of that. It is very, very important. Triploblastic. Number 3, these organisms, they are bilaterally symmetrical, all right? These organisms, they are what? Bilaterally what? Symmetrical. What does that mean? It means that they can be dissected into 2 equal what? Halves. They can be dissected into the left, that is left structure and what? Right structure, having equal constituents or components. Number 3, these organisms, most of them, most of these organisms, they are motile, all right? But some lack motile cilia. Now, cilia is meant for feeding and also for what? Locomotion. So most members, they have locomotory organ, all right, but one of these organisms lack the motile cilia. Take note of that. Then number four, they are pseudocoelomates. Very, very important. Which of these phylum are the organisms pseudocoelomates? Which of this phylum are the organisms pseudocoelomates? Please, it is Phylum Nematoda. The Phylum Nematoda has organisms that have false body cavity. Now, the word pseudo, it means false. All right, then. Coelom means what? Body cavity. Therefore, you say these organisms, they have what? False body cavity. All right, and their body cavity, which is false, is lined by a structure called what? Peritoneum. All right, their body cavity, their first body cavity is lined by a structure called what? Peritoneum. It is very, very important. Now, number 6 characteristic of these guys is that they have a outer longitudinal muscle. Please take note of that. These organisms, they have outer longitudinal what? Muscle. Note, they lack inner circular muscle. Alright? They do not have inner circular muscle. They only have what? Outer longitudinal muscle. Now, it is this outer longitudinal muscle that brings about what? Movement. Alright? By the contraction and the relaxation of this muscle propels what? Movement. What did I say? It is the outer longitudinal muscle of these organisms that brings about what? Movement. Alright? Note, they lack what? Inner circular muscle. Take note of that. Number 7, let me give you number 7. They have what is called non-cellular. They have non-cellular what? Cuticle. Oh God. Now this cuticle is actually flexible. Alright, you can rephrase this by saying they have flexible non-cellular what? Cuticle. Alright. Now this type of structure is made up of exoskeleton. You know, exoskeleton is a type of skeleton found in the insect. Alright. However, these guys, they have what? Cuticle, which is what? Flexible, and is what? Non-cellular. Take note of that. They lack inner circular muscle. They lack inner circular muscle. Number 7, what do you think number 7 is? They have separate sexes. They have separate sexes. Now, for them to have separate sexes, it means they are dioecious. What did I say? They are what? Dioecious. For them to have separate sexes, it means they are what? Dioecious. Note, fertilization in nematodes is internal. They exhibit internal fertilization. Very, very important. Internal fertilization, right? They are dioecious, that is, they have different sexes. That is, the male sex organ is found in just an organism, right? Dioecious, or how do I put it now? Dioecious organisms are organisms that have their reproductive organs in different organisms, right? They are not just found in the same organism. When the male testes and the female ovary are found in the same organism, such organism is what? Monoecious. Alright? But when the male testis is found in the male organism, and when the female ovary is found in the female organism, such organism is what? Dioecious. Separate what? Sexes. And fertilization is what? Internal. Take note of that. Number 8. What do you think number 8 is? Number 8. Okay, how do I put it now? Okay, look at it here. Look at it here. They have nervous system. Alright? The type of nervous system they have, it is actually, they have two-paired ganglia. Alright? They have two-paired ganglia. Oh God. They have two-paired ganglia. And where are these ganglia found? The ganglia are found in the pharynx region. Alright? The two-paired ganglia possessed by this organism are found in the pharynx region. Alright? They are found in the pharynx region. And they have two fibers, which are dorsal and ventral nerve fibers. Alright? I said the two-paired ganglia, they'll ask you, the two-paired ganglia found in the nematodes are located in which part of the body? Please, it is found in the pharynx region. And they have two nerve fibers. These are the dorsal nerve fibers and what? Ventral nerve fibers. However, these fibers, they are interconnected by a nerve called transverse nerve. They are further. What did I say? I said these guys, they have two nerve fibers, and these fibers, they are interconnected by what is called the transverse nerve. So the transverse nerve connects dorsal nerve with that of what? The ventral nerve. Take note of that, all right? Okay, I think I'll rub off this part. I believe the class is going well. Please take note of the first thing you must take note in every phylum is its general characteristics. Very, very important. All right, AEB department does not joke with that. You must take note of their general features before you start looking at other members of what? The phylum. All right, so I said, okay, let me put it here. I believe it can fit into this place. What do you think? Oh, please, they have complete alimentary canal. If I don't call it alimentary canal, what do you think I can call it? I'll call it what? Digestive system. Digestive waiting system. They have complete alimentary canal or complete what? Digestive system. If I don't call it digestive system, I'll call it gastrointestinal tract. So I'll use GIT. Alright, GIT called gastrointestinal tract is also called digestive system, is also called what? Alimentary canal. For an organism to have complete digestive system, it means such organism possesses the mouth and what? Anus. It possesses the mouth and what? Anus. Now, nematodes, they have the mouth, they have a muscular pharynx, right? They have non-muscular intestine, all right, rectum, and terminal anus. All right, the nematodes, they have the mouth, muscular pharynx, non-muscular intestine, rectum, and what? Terminal anus. So these are the alimentary canals of nematodes. Please take note of that. These organisms, they lack protonephridia. They lack protonephridia, all right? They lack protonephridia. Protonephridia is actually made for what? Excretion. Now these guys, they have their excretory organ, or glands. Now these glands that are possessed by these organisms are called the rennet glands. All right, rennet glands. And these glands are opened by what is called excretory pores. All right, the excretory organs or glands possessed by these organisms are called what? Rennet glands. Take note of that. It is very, very important. Now, what about mode of respiration? What about their mode of what? Respiration. Now, a good member of phylum Nematoda is Ascaris lubricoides. Ascaris lubricoides. Ascaris lubricoides is a representative member of phylum Nematoda, all right? It respires anaerobically, all right? It respires anaerobically. That is, it can respire in the absence of what? Oxygen. In the absence of oxygen. Now, secondly, how does it feed? All right? Nematodes. We have parasitic nematodes. This phylum houses both parasitic and free living ones. All right. The free living ones are carnivorous. The free living ones are what? Carnivorous. Okay. They feed on algae, phytoplankton. All right. You don't say phytoplanktons. It is an error. Just like you don't say cattle, you get. So cattle, plural, singular, it is spelled as what? Cattle. So they feed on what? Algae, phytoplankton. Free living ones are what? Carnivorous. Free living members of phylum Nematoda are what? Carnivorous. Okay. Please, they use their muscular pharynx to feed. All right. They use their muscular pharynx to feed from the host in which they are found. All right. So these are the general features of these organisms. All right. General features of phylum Nematoda. Phylum Nematoda. Is there another? Okay, good. Now I told you that nematodes, most members are dioecious, that is separate what? Sexes, and fertilization is what? Internal. And secondly, there's something that just occurred to me. Oh God, let me remember it right now. Okay, good. Now these guys, nematodes, they are both found in fresh water. They are mostly found in fresh water, seawater, and sometimes brackish water. Right? That is estuarine water. They are found in fresh water, seawater, and what? Brackish water. Take note of that. It is very, very important. Don't forget I said they have. Okay, I told that they are pseudocoelomates. That is, they have false body cavity, and their false body cavity has a fluid. All right, it has a fluid, and you call it what? Pseudocele. This pseudocele assists the outer muscular muscle, that is outer longitudinal muscle, for what? Locomotion. I told you before that it is this outer longitudinal muscle that brings about what? Movement. It brings about movement. So this is okay. These are the general features of phylum Nematoda. Now phylum Nematoda is divided into two classes. Alright? Phylum Nematoda is divided into two classes. Alright? It's divided into class Afasmida. It's divided into class Afasmida and class Fasmida. Now, whenever you hear the word A, like this is the actual word, Fasmida, all right? A has the word included. What does that tell you? It is the opposite of this. So, I will analyze this before I go into this. Is that correct? Now, the word Fasmida is a class, all right? Now, we have what is called Fasmid. Fasmid is a structure that they possess. Alright? Now, Fasmid, how do you describe the Fasmid? The Fasmid is, you can say, an excretory structure is what? An excretory structure found in the posterior end of some nematodes. All right, it is a excretory structure or a similar structure found in the posterior end or region of certain nematodes. All right, and this class Fasmida houses both parasitic and free-living ones. All right, it houses both parasitic and what, free-living ones. All right, take note of that, which means these guys, they are mostly what, parasitic. Examples of nematodes under class Fasmida are Drocunculus medinensis. This is called what? Guinea worm, because it causes guinea worm disease. Alright? Guinea worm disease is caused by Drocunculus medinensis. Now, how is this organism transmitted from one person to another or from one host to another? It is transmitted by ingesting contaminated food. It is transmitted when food and water contaminated by cyclope. All right, cyclope is a species of crustaceans. All right, species of what? Crustaceans. So when a person ingests water or food contaminated with cyclope, which is infective stage, such person tend to have what? Drocunculus medinensis, which is this organism that causes guinea worm. Take note of that. All right, another species found under our class Fasmida is Ascaris lubricoides. Please, another name for the phylum Nematoda, you say these guys are roundworms. Roundworms, all right? So, roundworm, all right? So, this organism, that is Ascaris lubricoides, is the organism, all right? I'll call it Ascariasis. Look at the disease. Ascariasis. Good. Ascariasis is a disease caused by Ascaris lubricoides. It is transmitted. Ascariasis is transmitted by drinking contaminated food and water. Water. Take note of that. It is very, very important. Now, another member of class Fasmida, excuse me, let me remove this place, please. Another member of class Fasmida is the hookworm. Hookworms, there are two species. These are a Cyclostoma duodenale, and you have Necator americana. So these are the two species of what? Hookworms, all right? They cause, now, for them to be able to invade organisms, you can say they are water and foodborne organisms, all right? They can only be effective when contaminated food, when food and water contaminated by their infective stage is ingested. Do you understand? When it's not ingested, they can never have access to a given host, all right? And these organisms, they are also called geohelminths. They are also called what? Geohelminths, because they are found in the soil. They are found in the soil. Please take note of that. It is very, very important. Another member, don't forget, I gave you Drocunculus medinensis, I gave you Ascaris lubricoides, I gave you a cyclostoma duodenale and a Necator americana. Another member of class Fasmida is filaria worm. Is the filaria worms. There are two species. For now, that is based on a textbook. There are two species of filaria worms. These are Buchereria bancrofti, Buchereria bancrofti, and Onchocercia volvulus. These two organisms, they are called what? Filaria worms. All right, they are called filaria worms. Now, these organisms, the disease caused by these worms, we call it what? Filariasis. Filariasis, which means the disease caused by them is named after their own name. All right. So the disease caused by these organisms are called what? Filariasis in general. All right. But the disease caused by this guy, which is called Buchereria bancrofti, all right, it causes a disease called elephantiasis. It causes a disease called what? Elephantiasis. Elephantiasis is a disease characterized by growth and swelling. All right. Elephantiasis caused by Buchereria bancrofti, all right, is characterized by growth and swelling of places such as the arms, legs, scrotum, and the breast. All right, arms, legs, scrotum, and the breast. Please take note of that. Elephantiasis is caused by Buchereria bancrofti, and of course it is what? A filaria worm. The next guy I have here is called Onchocercia volvulus. Onchocercia volvulus has its vector. It is transmitted by black fly. Now the black fly is called Simulium species. Their father Yash. Now the black sea, Onchocercia volvulus is transmitted by a type of black fly called what? Simulium species. Now, the disease caused by Onchocercia volvulus is called what? Onchocerciasis. It's called what? Onchocerciasis. And this organism causes what is called river blindness. Alright, this organism causes a disease called what? River blindness. Now, this word river blindness doesn't mean that the river is blind. No. River blindness. Okay? Now, river blindness is a disease characterized by the invasion of the sensitive parts of the eye called what? Retina. Retina, alright? Now, when the retina of the eye, which is photosensitive, is invaded by the vector cannot cause harm. It is a pathogen that causes harm, which is what? Onchocercia volvulus. Black fly is not a vector. What's a vector? Vector is pathogen carrying what? Organism. Alright, so it is a pathogen carrier organism. Alright, it carries pathogen. Pathogen is the organism that causes the disease. Do you understand that? But vector is not capable of causing diseases. Do you understand that? So please, river blindness is caused by Onchocercia volvulus. The black fly acts as what? The vector. Take note of that. All right. Of course, you know there are two major cells found in the retina: the rods and the cones. All right. The inflammation of the retina of the eye is called retinitis. When the rod is invaded, or when the rod becomes inflamed, you call it what? Retinitis. It is what? A disease. Please take note of that. So these two filarial worms have been what? Put to rest. And fatty is caused by Wucheria bancrofti. Onchocerciasis causes what? Liver blindness. The vector is black fly called what? Simulium species. Take note of that, all right? I think for now, so these are some organisms under the class Fasmida. Under the class Fasmida. Please take note of that. It is good. Another one. Ooh, that reminds me. I must remember all. Another species under class Fasmida is the pinworm. The pinworm, alright? The pinworm is called Enterobius vermicularis. Oh, the father. Pinworm is called what? Enterobius vermicularis, alright? The disease caused by this pinworm is called what? Enterobiasis. Do you understand that? Enterobiasis. It is a disease caused by what? Enterobius vermicularis. Now, how is this enterobiasis transmitted? It is transmitted by the inhalation of dust contaminated by ova. No, ova is plural, then ovum is singular. If I don't call it ova, I'll call it what? Eggs. When dust contaminated with eggs or ova is inhaled, all right, that will cause a disease called what? Enterobiasis. So please take note of their zoological name. It is very, very what? Important. Now, please, secondly, that reminds me, the class Fasmida, they have 3 pharyngeal glands. All right, so not pharyngeal, esophageal gland. So which, okay, let me rub off. Please note. I said money. So please, class Fasmida, the organisms here, they possess 3 esophageal gland. All right, esophageal gland. Which of these classes do the organisms have 3 esophageal gland? It is class Fasmida. All right. Now the next class is class Afasmida. Class Afasmida. For these guys to be found in this class, it means that they lack Fasmid. Afasmida, opposite of what? Fasmida. It means that what? They lack Fasmid. They lack what? Fasmid. All right. Now, what are some species under this class? What are some species under this class? Now, class Afasmida, I told you, lack Fasmida. All right. So, which means that class Fasmida, okay. Class Afasmida lack what? Fasmid. Which means that class Fasmida possesses Fasmid. All right. Take note of that. Now, these guys, they have 5 or more esophageal glands. They have 5 or more esophageal glands. Take note of that. And this guy, they possess a well-developed pocket. They possesses a well-developed pocket-like structure called amphids. Which of these classes of Phylum Nematoda possesses a pocket-like structure called amphids? Please, it is class Fasmida. Now, these organisms, this class has its both parasitic and free living. All right, the parasitic one you have the whipworm. All right, whipworm. What is the zoological name of whipworm? It is called Trichuris trichuria. Okay, no, Trichuria trichuris. Yeah, is that not correct? Trichuria Trichuris. Alright, so that is it. Another member of this guy is the trichelida. Alright, trichelida, yeah. Trichelida. Alright, so these are the two conspicuous members of class Afasmida. So at this point, we'll call it a day. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. Do have a wonderful day. Subscribe so that when I upload any content, you will be notified by YouTube. Thanks for watching. Do have a wonderful day.